I will now demonstrate the picture dialing service on the touchscreen device. You'll notice that there's no main menu to activate this service. Activation is done by lifting the handset. You also notice that there's no dialing keys on this phone. All dialing is done via the touchscreen. So at the minute we have 4 contacts on the screen, and we can initiate a call by simply pressing one of the contacts. So I press the first contact. We'll now place a call to Johan, and if we listen in our lab we can hear the phone ringing, and we should now be able to speak to the other person on the other side if they answer the phone.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Okay, goodbye. Bye. Okay, we will now demonstrate how an incoming call is handled in the system. So if we get one of our colleagues in the lab to place a call, it should come through on the system here. Okay, so we can simply answer this call by lifting the receiver or lifting the handset, which should take us through into a call connected screen. Now we can either chat with the person on the other side or hang up, and for demonstration purposes I'll simply just hang up here, and it should take us back into the main menu. Okay, we will now demonstrate how music playback works on the system. This is simply done by pressing the music icon on the screen. This will play a random music file, and if we want to then stop this service, we simply press the button again, and that stops the music. Okay, we're going to demonstrate one of our device control services. At the minute this has been configured to turn on and off a lamp, but could be configured to turn off any sort of appliance that's connected to the supply, such as a radio. But for today we'll turn on and off a lamp, and this is done simply by pressing the lamp button on the main screen. As you can see, this turns on the lamp, and pressing again will turn off the lamp. Okay, I'm now going to introduce a service known as Motivate to Eat. Now before I come into the room, I'll just explain a little bit about that. It's been shown in the literature that having some music playing while a patient is having their lunch can help encourage them to finish their meal, for example. So if I now come into the room, the first thing the system does is via this PIR sensor is detect that I've actually came into the room. So that has now activated, and that is the first sort of step in the sequence to the system acknowledging that a person is going to have their lunch. The next couple of steps involve going into the fridge. So we have another sensor here which detects that the fridge has been opened. I can go in here and lift a sandwich out or something that's been prepared earlier. The next step then is to activate the microwave, which again is using the same sensor technology. And then the final step is to sit down and actually have your lunch. So we have a pressure sensor here on the chair, which should activate with a small beep when I sit. Now this takes a 10 to 12 seconds to actually detect that I'm in the chair. And now after a short period of time, some music should play to help the patient be more motivated towards eating. And now if I click the seat again, the music should stop. Okay, if you imagine now that we have a nighttime scenario, and this is nighttime, we have a lamp here that is on, and we have our bed here, which is this is for now, but this will be our simulated bed. So if I sit down, I am now in bed. Okay, so the idea behind this then is for patients wandering at night, and that the light would come on automatically when they wander from the bed. So at the minute I am in bed and I am sleeping, so the light should go off after a short time of being in bed, which has just happened. So now I am a patient sleeping in bed, and if I decide to get up in the middle of the night, the light should come on automatically. So after a short period of time, the light comes on immediately, and this is just a security and safety issue during the night. Okay, now we will demonstrate one of the main functions of the system, which is helping people to remember to carry out certain tasks. Along the left hand side here we have our time services, and below the analog clock we have a service that we term the quarter-hour clock. This can support up to 3 items in any one case, and at the minute we can see that there's 2 items due in the near future. It gives a short description of the item, and it gives an indication of how long it's left, and that is done pictorially here, and also gives an indication of the time when the reminder is due. Okay, so we have a reminder that's due here in about 30 seconds or less, and what will happen is the reminder will come up and it will occupy the main services of the screen, and it will give a more lengthy message to the user, and also it will indicate to the user that the message is on the screen via an audio alert. Okay, so now we have the reminder actually firing. It's saying it's time for your lunch, and gives an image alongside the text as well, and there's an audio beep to alert the user if they are not in the near vicinity of the screen. So we can now press this to indicate that we have received the reminder, and it will dismiss the reminder and go back to the main menu. Also, as part of that, you can see that now the quarter-hour clock has just got 1 item left because the other reminder has fired and has moved the doctor's appointment into the primary position as it is the next reminder. Again, you can see that this is more colourful and prominent now, and that we have just under half an hour left to go before the next reminder.
In this video, we demonstrate the Activity Assistance module as implemented for the second field trial of the COGKNOW project. The Activity Assistance module aims at supporting people with dementia in accomplishing everyday tasks in their home environment. To illustrate the principle of activity assistance, this video shows how a person with dementia is guided to the task of preparing a cup of tea. The kitchen area of this person has been equipped with a touch screen, through which all explicit interactions take place. In addition, sensors have been installed in cupboards, drawers, and several household appliances. These sensors provide implicit feedback about the person's actions. When a person with dementia requests activity assistance, the screen provides both visual and auditory instructions about the task at hand. To ease recognition, instructions feature the person herself, performing the task in her own environment. For each step of the task, a short video clip is shown that demonstrates how to complete the step. Instructions pause automatically at the end of the step. This allows the person with dementia to mimic the actions she just observed in her own pace. When ready to proceed, she touches the rightward pointing arrow on the screen. Consequently, the video clip with instructions on the next step starts. If the person with dementia did not fully understand the instructions, then she touches the repeat button that automatically appears at the end of each video clip. As a result, the instructions of the current step are replayed. In case she wishes to review the instructions of a previous step instead, then she presses the leftward pointing arrow. At any time, the person with dementia can abort the activity support process by touching the exit button on the lower right side of the screen. The Activity Assistance module is context-aware in that the module continuously observes the person's interactions with the kitchen environment. In this example, the system senses actions such as the opening of drawers and cupboards, as well as the usage of kitchen appliances. While offering activity assistance, the system uses this sensor information to provide feedback to the person with dementia. In particular, a person is cued to proceed to the next step once the system detects that the current step has been completed successfully.